Wilson stays in the backfield on 2nd down and 8. Love checks it short to Tucker Kraft with blockers in front, and Kraft fights his way for a 1st down.
To me, that might be why we want to make sure he's as close to 100% next week as he can be.
Love with the pocket collapsing, throws it at the feet of Chris Brooks, who just checked in.
It was the front that was speeding up that clock.
Whelan to punt it away. Cleaner operation this time, trying to pin everybody deep, and it's fielded on the far sideline. It's Blackwell, a little bit of trickery in the special teams game, and Blackwell is going to take it all the way for a Chicago touchdown. 94-yard return, his first career punt return touchdown, and the Bears take a 6-0 lead.
As a coverage team, where is the football? Not where is the returner, but where is the football? Because you're going to think he's over there, but he's actually up here. And nobody from Green Bay really locates that punt as it's going downfield.
1st down and 10 for the Packers. Jacobs back in the backfield. Love over the middle finds Dontavian Wicks, who's got a 1st down out near the 44-yard line. When the postseason schedule comes out late tonight. Love, he'll step up, wants a deep shot, floats it over the middle, and a sliding grab of the 23 by Luke Musgrave. Love sets it up for Kraft. Breaks the first contact with Kevin Byard, who has the 3rd most tackles of all defensive backs in the National Football League, there to finish it off short. Green Bay roster in mid-October this year has been a revelation for the Packers.
His trust in those guys to protect him.
Pressure again from Gary. He dumps it off to Roschon Johnson. Johnson going airborne to get a little extra yardage as he hopped over Keyshawn Nixon. Josh Jacobs in the backfield. And the motion man Jaden Reed gets the carry. And Reed fumbles the football. Scooped up by Jonathan Owens. And Owens takes it inside the Green Bay 20. Kenny Albert was on the call, by the way, for that game.
Game 1.
Make the toss. Williams finds DJ Moore. Moore with blockers inside the 10. Tripped up at the 5. Jaden Reed looking on, hoping that defense can hold the Bears to a field goal after he coughed it up. 1st and goal. The handoff up the middle, and it's DeAndre Swift into the end zone for his first touchdown since week 11.
Inside, right here, the duo concept, right? You're going to double the down man, TJ Slayton, just push him back into that 2nd level, come off, get Eric Wilson, and that gives DeAndre Swift enough room to get into the end zone.
But today, a 14-3 lead for Chicago. Love off play action, wants a deep shot, checks it down, and it's caught in Chicago territory by Dontavian Wicks.
You know, this is just so frustrating on so many levels, but I'll give you an injury report as soon as I get back.
All right, sounds good, Laura. Thanks so much. Here's Josh Jacobs breaking tackles, and Jacobs driving to the 35. What did Matt LaFleur tell us, Daryl? He's the heartbeat of our team, and you can see that
hole there with the key block.
Quick snap. Love is in trouble. Tries to dump it off to Jacobs. Jacobs plucks it off the turf. And Jacobs making something out of nothing down to the 28-yard line. Willis looking for Kraft, and he leaps up to make the catch.
Earlier this season, when it was a heavy run offense the first game,
and Jacobs, heavy on the ground, diving for the goal line and a touchdown. Oh, that kind of a heavy run offense.
So you lean on the run game. But then that next start, you can't do that again, so you expand what the game plan is going to be. And you introduce some play action and some other things. But
there he is again. Swift sweeps to the edge with blockers. DeAndre Swift with another 1st down. Out near the 45-yard line. 3rd down and 6. DJ Moore, and the Packers read that beautifully. Keyshawn Nixon all over that play. Not a chance for Moore.
I think you're very comfortable with him to finish this game.
3rd down and 8. Bears bring pressure. Willis, a wobbler into space. Coming back to get it. It's Jaden Reed. 2nd and 5. Brooks again. Big hole. Brooks into the secondary and inside the 20 as the Packers get into the red zone with another run up the middle. 3rd down and 9 for Green Bay. Willis slings it sidearm over the middle. It's short of the 1st down to the Bears' 12-yard line, and it'll bring up 4th down. And McManus is good once again. 14-13. The Packers creep within 1.
To me, I'd come back and you come out with Malik Willis again and just give him as much time as he needs.
Ooh, a zip throw by Caleb Williams fits it into Keenan Allen for a Chicago 1st down at the 44. And it's throws like that, Darryl, that have people excited about the potential of Caleb Williams. 3rd down and 11. Williams, pressure again, off his back foot, lobs it in the direction of Odunze, and it's out of bounds.
But the margins when you get into the playoffs are so thin. The smallest mistakes get magnified. And they've just had too many here this afternoon against the Bears.
And the pitch to Chris Brooks on 3rd and 4. Quick snap, Williams to the air, and he finds Keenan Allen for a Chicago 1st down. And the Bears keep the drive alive from the Packer 40-yard line. It's Moore, flips to Allen. He wants to throw. Keenan Allen to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. His 8th pick of the year, and then he drops the football, and it's covered up by Green Bay.
Guys are excited about that play, and they're going to try to execute it regardless of what coverage shows.
And on 2nd down and 7, it's Emmanuel Wilson. Willis wants to throw. He's blasted by Byard. The ball is out, and it's scooped up by Chicago. 3rd and 16. Williams over the middle. Roshan Johnson down inside the 45, well short of the 1st down, back near the original line of scrimmage at the 43, and it'll bring up 4th down. On 2nd and 4. Handoff to Chris Brooks, and Brooks into the secondary. Upended by Jonathan Owens as he gets to the Bears' 44-yard line. And they're trying to get some movement against a Bears team. No, they're going to snap it. They give it to Reed, trying to get to the edge, and the Bears are ready. The Chicago Bears defense is up to the challenge. Terrell Smith leading the charge for Chicago.
Well, we all saw it at Thanksgiving, and you know that hopefully that lesson has been seared into your brain.
3rd down and 6. Williams, pressure comes, gets away, throws, complete to DJ Moore, right at the sticks. Did he get the 1st down with progress? He did. See where he is on 3rd and 5 with 3 receivers to the top of the screen. Packers rush 5. Williams throws, finds Moore, another 1st down.
That is one of the ones that's difficult when you get up here because of the talent level and how the windows shrink at the NFL level compared to the collegiate level.
2nd and 6, back to Moore. Blockers in front. DJ Moore weaving up the sideline. Moore inside the 10. Steps through contact. He's in for a Chicago touchdown.
Getting outside to get these blocks. And let's not forget about Rome Odunze again as well. And then Javon Bullard, just a poor angle, coming up.
Now 3rd down and 21. Willis, late pressure comes down the sideline. Jump ball, and it's caught. Malik Heath with the grab.
And afforded him the opportunity to make the first attempt at the catch.
41 yards later, and now Emmanuel Wilson bouncing to the edge, and a Packer touchdown.
Where is the run, Phil? I mean, you got all the guys coming inside. Who had the edge?
Willis looking, and that ball slipped out of his hand. 3rd and 3. Williams, clean pocket, fits it into DJ Moore, and a first down at the 45. He did not say bleeping, however. Hand off to Swift, and Swift with the first down. Now they've got to overcome 1st and 20. It's DJ Moore with a catch. He fumbles the football, and it's recovered by Green Bay. 3rd and 2. Wilson again, and Wilson will lose yardage. Tremaine Edmonds was the first one there. DeMarcus Walker helped finish him off. Good snap and hold. The kick by McManus on the way. It's low, but it's good. A line drive boot. Williams chased again. Flush to the right, throws to the sideline. Odunze, does he make the catch? Yes, he does. Williams over the middle. It's DJ Moore. He's got to get up there quickly to spike it. No timeouts. Good snap. Good hold. The kick on the way by Santos, and it is good. The Bears' losing streak comes to an end on the final play of the regular season.